All right, we can now speak to Walid Madibo, who's the founder and president of Sudan Policy Forum. He's here in the studio with me. Thank you for joining me. First of all, let's have a look at the makeup of the composition of the opposition, which has already had the meetings. They've started the dialogue. Who are they and how united a front are they?
As a matter of fact, as we are going through the design of this transitory process, we have to realize that a selection, not an election criterion, needs to be adopted, because in the process of 3 decades, the regime spared no effort to fragment the social fabric, co-opt elites, bribe some of them, blackmail them with some immoral acts that they may have committed in private or public. And as a result, you have a public sphere that is devoid of values, needless to say, a strategic sense, designing and pointing out a new strategic sense.
So the question is, how credible then are they as representatives of those people who've been maintaining their sit-in outside Army HQ for days now?
They are not credible at all, because some of these leaders, they have managed to stay in the chairmanship of their parties, mainly sectarian traditional parties, for like 60 years. And they have succeeded in doing that by using unsavory means, which included dealing with the military junta and the ex-regime leaders. So they were meeting them in private and public and strategizing with them.
And we're looking at pictures of the press conference that was given, the first press conference that was given just yesterday and Saturday, of the assembled coalition of opposition leaders. Presumably, if these don't really represent those people who've been demonstrating, the demonstrators will make their feelings known.
I'm talking. I was in my talk. I was primarily speaking about leaders of traditional parties, but there are parties that are very authentic, like the National Congress Party, the NCP. Some of the leftist groups are very authentic of their own ideologies, but again, they are centrist elites who may not be representative of the whole Sudanese diaspora or the whole Sudanese nation.
Sudanese people are not a monolith. I think we understand that. What about then the demands? The demands that are for a completely civilian-led transitional process, presumably not engaging terribly much with the military at all. Is that realistic? Is that achievable?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think if these groups are not in the business of promoting their own selves, then they can decide upon a criteria that may include geography, ethnicity, different ideologies, but then they can put together a cabinet that is very representative of the Sudanese people. And I think that is doable, but they cannot just accept these political parties as they are, because the next, we are no longer looking at political activists who may have succeeded in mobilizing the nation. You are in the process of nation building, hence you need to bring professional politicians and technocrats. That is definitely needed in the coming stage. So the requirements for the coming stage are slightly different from the criteria or the requirements that were needed for the previous stage.
Absolutely. Walid Madibo, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.